made it to Japan!
We're in Tokyo.
I know, this is a long way from Nelson.
What do you want to do? We could go to Meiji Shrine, we can go to Tokyo Skytree, we could go to an art gallery.
Or, and this one here as well. In today's exciting episode, I am shopping for Japanese carpentry tools in Japan. In today's episode, we go to a couple of Tokyo tool stores, and at the end, I'll show you everything I buy. You're in Japan, Jess?
We're in Japan, Scott.
We're in Japan. We're just talking about how surreal it is. You spend all your time looking at these things on YouTube and planning a trip, and then you get here and I don't know, it doesn't feel like we're here.
It's not just the being here though, it's the way it feels, like the heat and the humidity to go from like cool dry. I mean, we're just saying shit that every tourist has ever said before.
I know.
Oh, thank you.
Jess is coming.
We definitely have that weed. We have this, I've seen this.
Yeah.
We have we've got, I don't know the names, but I recognise all the foliage.
Very smart. Fan on the jacket. I love it. New Zealand and Japan actually don't have that much of a time difference. It's only about 3 hours. We're 3 hours ahead down in New Zealand, but
the flight will fuck you up.
Because we're literally going into the Northern Hemisphere, and for us it's the first time in 8 years that we've been in the Northern Hemisphere. So everything's backwards. The season's backwards.
I think it was more than 20 hours of travel with no sleep, and it was a pretty uncomfortable flight.
I think that was connected as well.
Yeah.
No,
and then the change of season and the change of time.
Yeah.
I mean, we slept for 9 hours last night.
Yeah.
And I still shattered.
Now we're going to try to go to a cafe that we tried to go to yesterday, but it was a queue. Apparently that's normal here in Tokyo.
Oh my gosh,
it looks just like it.
do you know in the building?
So as part of my looking for cool tools in Japan journey, I've been trying to find a place that has like makita accessories, because I've got a makita saw that I can't buy the blades for in New Zealand, so I figured where else but Japan would I find that kind of stuff. We've had advice from people since we mentioned that we're going to Japan, viewers of the channel, and Francis, an Irishman living in Melbourne, has recommended a place called Kohnan Pro. It's basically a place where the trades go. How do you feel about me doing all this tool shopping, Jess?
Well, I'm so jet lagged, I just don't really care. Is that your plan?
Jeez. That's for like whacking big timber together. Like when they put the big beams and posts together?
Oh, that's so cool. There you go. This is interesting.
What about this one?
Multi-ethnic group.
Continuous/awakening. So all of these drills, you can't get this stuff in New Zealand. See all the different colors? You got purple, yellow, and this is the 18 volt range. And they also have my favorite circular saw that I've only ever seen in a 40 volt, and you can't get it from New Zealand. But here they have the 18 volt version of it. It's the base plate where you can remove the base plate and get the blade right up to the wall. And it's an 18 volt version. But over here, they have the 40 volt colored drills. I realize a colored drill is kind of a bit goofy, it's the same drill, but it's fun. Look at it. The yellow camo. I'm fighting all my editors not to buy one. And they've got my 40 volt circular saw here as well, of course. Now, one thing I wanted to get from these guys, which I'm going to ask them in a second, is the blades, but also the rafter hook. because it's a perfect little saw to run around on a roof with. And then here's all the blades. Here. So this is the 125 makita blade, and it works out to be around about $40. And if I order this from eBay, and by the time it gets to New Zealand, it's around about $70 blade, 40 bucks. But that's still quite a bit. So they also have the Tajima versions here, which works out to be about $15 a blade. And they got a whole stack of them. Look at them all. I can't get any 125 blades in New Zealand, so I'm getting some of them as well. Oh, look at this. And you've got all the Japanese hand saws here as well. The pruning saws. Man, these hammers are kind of crazy, eh? So this is a very typical Japanese hammer here. Okay, so I'm trying not to get carried away here.
And that ship has sailed.
Okay, I am getting carried away here. I wanted to look at a measuring tape, a blade, things that are portable. I've got those blades for the circular saw now, and I'm just going to try and control myself. There was something else on my list though. Hold up. So I mentioned the Tajima brand before. Also do tool pouches. So this is the tool pouches that I've noticed in Japan so far. I've only been here for a couple of days, but they're very different. They're much more boxy and very, very lightweight. And then they've got a modular system with all these different clips. And I'm pretty sure these are for measuring tapes. So you clip that onto your pants or work belt and your measuring tape slots in nicely. Oh, look at this nut. Measuring tapes. Oh. Ah! Alright. Indulge me. My philosophy on measuring tapes, if anyone cares. I like a clear measuring tape, white background, black text, and then red text every 100 millimeters. That, basically. That's perfect. It's so clear. And then if you get a ruler that has the same coloring, and every measuring device you have has the same coloring, then you just know without thinking. And look at the size. That is so compact and lightweight. That's what I look for in a measuring tape. So the only thing that will make it better is if they had half of it reading vertically. It has it. Okay, so I need to work out what the difference between all these are.
And maybe the price.
Okay, I think we can call it there. Ooh. Got it. The rafter hook for my wee 40-volt saw. Mission accomplished. Actually, maybe I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's cool.
Do you use metric or imperial?
Metrics.
Metric.
Actually, most of Japanese woodworker use old Japanese unit, sun or boot.
What? What's that?
So one sun is about 30.3 millimeters.
One sun?
Sun.
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 30.3 millimeters. I've never heard of this.
It looks like imperial.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, but this is about 30.3 millimeters.
I'd like to get this. A set of this, please.
So that is New Zealand. Taranaki. But sometimes people call it New Zealand's Mount Fuji. Arigatou gozaimasu. From New Zealand. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Oh, excuse me.
ありがとうございます。
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Chocolate.
Yeah. I love that they give me the bag. This is so cool. Before we look at all the tools that I bought from Mr. Inoue, I spent quite a bit of money. Before I show you all the tools that I bought from Mr. Inoue, I would like to thank the people that helped me buy them. Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can build your online presence and run your business. Squarespace is great for building a website. They have thousands of templates to choose from with many designs, and within those templates they have portfolios and galleries that will make your product or your service look very professional. They have drag and drop functionality, so you don't need to know how to do website coding or anything like that. You just grab your images, grab your text, drag and drop it in there. I thought that car was going to come down here. Squarespace also have website domain hosting. You can get your own custom domain with Squarespace. And if you already have a custom domain and you want to transfer it, they have domain transfer as well. So it's very handy. I highly recommend it. And don't forget they have design intelligence. They've incorporated AI into website building. You just drop in a few details and the AI website builder does the rest and gives you a custom website that you can then tweak to get just right. They have everything you need. And if you don't believe me, they have a free trial as well, so you can try it out for yourself. And then when you're ready to launch your own website, head over to squarespace.com/Scott Brown Carpentry, and you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks a lot, Squarespace. Let's look at some tools. I don't know what this says. What does this say? Inoue Hamono Takamatsuya? So all the tools that I got from Mr. Inoue. Now, first of all, I got this really cool square here that shows the old Japanese style of measuring. Shaku-san bu. The primary unit is a foot. That's roughly 30 centimeters. That's shaku, and it's made up of sans. It's roughly 3 centimeters, 30 mils. And then all those little incremental changes in measurements are bus, equal to about 3 millimeters in metric. So I'm not going to use this to build stuff, but I think it's quite cool to just have it, hang it on the wall and have it as a reference. And it's a quality square as well, so that doesn't hurt, does it? By the way, look how cool it is. Look how they packaged it and everything. Each tool is individually wrapped as well. So this is the kana. Look at that. So kana is a Japanese hand plane. I think it's white oak, the timber. And you can feel the weight of the blade in here. There's 2 pieces of metal that form the blade. And it's going to take a bit of practice for me to figure out how to adjust the blade, to bring it up and down accurately and make it square. Mr. Inoue's grandson was really helpful and he showed us how. Also, there's a carpenter here that we met called Futoshi-san who showed me how as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah? And we'll be showing a bit more of that in the next couple of episodes. And I've got a marking gauge as well. So say you want to draw a square mark on a piece of wood. With the regular marking gauge, it has an abrasive edge that can mark the square as well. But this one here only marks the timber. And it looks cool as well. Finally, from Mr. Inoue in Tokyo. I'll put the link below if you want to go check it out for yourself. The chisel set. Always wanted a set of Japanese chisels, so to finally have it, it's very exciting. And here it is. See how they hollow out the bottom of a Japanese chisel? That's so when they sharpen it, they have less surface area to get flat and sharp. Only the things that matter, the perimeter and then the blade at the very end. And one thing that Mr. Inoue's grandson said was they have different makers for every thing they sell. They have a guy who makes the handles for the chisels, they have a guy who makes the handles for the saws, just the handles, and then another guy who makes the blades for the chisels, and another guy who makes the blades for the saws. And they're all specialists. So a nice set. And a chisel roll to put them in. Awesome, awesome. And the more conventional tools that you're probably more used to seeing, this rafter hook here will fit nicely on that Makita circular saw. Then these circular saw blades for that same Makita saw. And then finally this tape measure. So yeah, I'm really excited to use these tools back in New Zealand, but I'm also using them here in Japan, which will be in the next exciting episode. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Scott Brown here. So just do that. Scotto Brown desu. It goes like this. 360 degrees all the way around the building. City. Look at that.
It's too much.
It's too much. I think the election's tomorrow. Here's the kiwi buying kiwi fruit.
Like me, they too have come all the way from New Zealand.